Good evening, folks. How is it going? Welcome to yet another Phoenix Wright stream. I hope you guys are doing really well. I see you, Ace, for your drafts one. How are you guys doing? Hope this week's been really good to you. Everything's been pretty fantastic. We were asking how dinner was. It was good. We had like a maple bacon hash. So like we had like potatoes, onions, some bell peppers. Fry that up. Fry up some bacon, caramelized with some maple syrup. Use the bacon fat and maple syrup to like caramelize onto the peppers and onions as well. Like it was delish. A little bit of spinach in there. Had a grainy mustard and mayo sauce on top with a little bit of garlic, minced garlic in there. Like, delish stuff. Really, really tasty food. And Draft, I apologize for talking about how good this food was. With you saying you have an idea born from being hungry. Yeah. Honestly, maple bacon's not hard to make. It's just a matter of get your bacon nice and crispy in a pan with the fat and just pour some maple syrup on it. Real maple syrup, not that fake shit. And it'll fry up faster and it'll caramelize the maple syrup onto the bacon real quick. Real delish. We were saying busy at work and excited for the weekend. So am I. Funny enough, me booting up this game paused my Elden Ring download. Because apparently I'm able to get the preload going. I'm excited for Saturday to be playing Elden Ring for charity. That'll be a good time. But that's not what we're here for tonight. What we're gonna do is we're gonna continue into Phoenix Wright. That's right. We are getting a good way through the story. We're making some good progress, and we're on the final case of Trials and Tribulations. And I'm really excited to get that rolling. So let's boot right into it. Last we left off, we've done all our investigations. We are not playing as Phoenix Wright right now. We are playing as Edgeworth. Because Phoenix is in the hospital for a couple of days after falling off a bridge. Maya is trapped in a shrine in a secluded area, and a woman was murdered. A children's book author was murdered. And it's deeply distressing for everyone involved. Yeah, so we are now here with Iris. She might look a little familiar to everyone with She might look a lot like someone we've seen in a bunch of other cases. Wait, Draft's saying, so we have pizzas and deep dish pizzas, right? Where it goes crust, sauce, cheese, and the topping. Well, we're making a deep dish with like lasagna sauce instead of tomato sauce being contained by a triangular shaped crust. So it's like meats. Maybe sauce, pepperoni, mixed in tomato sauce, make a thick lasagna sauce containing a crust container. And cheese is a normal topping. You can put like basil on top. That sounds delicious. I've also seen stuff online of lasagna pizza. I think someone's tried making lasagna pizza where they essentially just like get a deep pan, do crust around the side, then do the sauce, noodles, meats, and like top it off with cheese. So it's literally just lasagna in a giant bread bowl. I'm sorry, Draft. I think someone beat you to it. That being said, that means it exists. That means you can make it. Wouldn't that be too much sauce? Well, not for a lasagna. No noodles, just meats. Well, you gotta put some noodles in there. You gotta have the layers. Anywho, let's get right into it with Iris going, "Oh my, Mr. Larice feels that way about me?" Apparently, he isn't aware of your real secret at all. This is no time to be embarrassed. I'm sorry. I'm just hardly accustomed to that sort of thing. Worry not. And in any case, whatever it was that he saw on the night of the incident, mark my words, I will drag it out of him. Not me daydreaming about food while inside on a diet and in lab. Not thick and meaty pizza sauce. Speaking of which, tomorrow's lunch, since I have tomorrow off, I was going to go get those McShaker fries because apparently McDonald's Canada has special fry shaker flavors. So I was going to get some of those and try those out. But yeah, that'll be a thing. While in, I will let you know how it goes. Does that mean Mr. Larice is the witness today? No. I believe that none will be the first to take the stand. Sister Bikini. She claims to have seen the very instant in which you carried out the crime. Oh. I just want to ask you one last time. It really wasn't you who killed Miss Elise Donim, correct? That's correct. It wasn't me. Very well, then. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes? You're a prosecutor, aren't you? Are you sure about this? If your true identity is revealed. Don't worry. I've made the necessary arrangements. I see. Iris. It is a prosecutor's job to doubt people. Right now, I'm a defense attorney. That's gotta be weird for him. That's gotta be real fucking weird for Edgy. I have a question for you from Elden Ring. Are you going to start a new gameplay or go back to the old save file? I'm going back to the old save file. Reginald Dinkley rides again. I also have not put the time in to get a new file to the point that you need to play the DLC. So I'm going to go off the file I already have, and I might do a larval tier and respec to try something a little bit new and different. So I'm not doing the exact same build I had before. I might go back to that build because honestly it's really good. But like, we're going to play around with it. A defense attorney's job is to believe in people, and to believe until the bitter end. That's what my friend told me once. Mr. Edgeworth. I simply ask that you watch and decide for yourself, whether or not I'm fit to do the task I've been entrusted. Oh, very well, sir. I leave my defense in your capable hands. On February 9th, 10 a.m. Nice early case. Oh, we got the Canadian judge, eh? Court is now in session for the trial of Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple. How's it going, buds? The defense is ready, Your Honor. Thank you for the hydrate, Snake. Also, hello, Snake. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, open up some ginger ale. The defense does indeed appear to be ready. However, the same cannot be said for the prosecution in this case. Where the hell are they? Doing well, you're playing Skyrim. We'll have fun with Skyrim. Don't Fusro dog people you shouldn't. Or do. I mean, I can't stop you. Draft's gotta leave. That's all good, Draft. I'm glad to see you stop by at least for a little bit. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Yeah. Indeed. I'm not sure I like such a blatant waste of this court's time. An empty prosecutor's chair can only mean that the prosecutor has no confidence in their ability to prove their case. It seems this case is already over before it had a chance to begin. I already announced my verdict at this time. This court finds the defendant. Oh no! No! It's her! Franziska! I have no idea what voice to give Franziska von Karma. Oh, but she's back, baby! Maybe something more dignified. Yes. Very dignified. This sounds perfect. The prosecution stands ready. Oh shit, it's Mommy. Sorry, I mean Mommy. Sorry. You know what? Ace? Ace, you're valid. It's okay. It's Franziska. It's okay. And you are? Franziska von Karma, prosecuting prodigy. Von Karma, you say? Perchance you wouldn't happen to be in relation to the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma. Legends are a thing of the past. I'm a von Karma, that is all. Upon a special request, I flew in today for the purposes of prosecuting this case. Oh, you did, eh? Oh, then you must be quite a big shot. Oh, you must be quite a big shot, eh? By the way, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. I'm almost certain that I've seen you somewhere before. Or am I just imagining things? You look very much like a prosecutor I met once. I believe you're imagining things, Your Honor. Ms. Von Karma, do you have anything to say? There is no such weakling as this man among those of the prosecutor's office. Von Karma fucked somebody. Yeah, Kakashi, unfortunately, Franziska von Karma is proof that Manfred von Karma fucks. That is deeply unfortunate for this world. There isn't? But I'm sure once before in this courtroom. Heck! I told you there is no such weakling. Oh, what is that, a whip? I'm not sure I care for such a thing in my courtroom. What's more crazy is she's beautiful, so it must have come from her mother. Oh yeah. Why does Von Karma have a whip? That's her gimmick. That's her character gimmick. Is that she whips the shit out of people to intimidate them. Bailiff, remove that whip at... I have no objection to the whip. Okay, so that's Edgeworth. Leave that outside the courtroom, please. Holy shit, bud. You don't? The prosecution can wield a whip or drink 17 cups of coffee, but there's still only one truth. That is what I stand here to prove today. This promises to be interesting, Miles Edgeworth. Did he just reveal his kink? I think he did. Daddy Edgeworth fights to whip. Yeah, he does his thing. I expected to face Phoenix right here today. But looking at you now, maybe this is what I've been waiting for all this time. Miles Edgeworth, I will not allow this chance to crush you slip through my fingers. Yeah, she is. They're both into this. They're both definitely into this. I see you brought your flair for the histrionic. Allow me to add some things I'm not sure about. People acting bizarrely in my court. Ah! The stage is set. Now continue with the proceedings, Your Honor. Very well, Ms. Von Karma. Please give an outline of this case, eh? With as little whipping as possible. I don't want no whipped cream on my ice cap, bud. The murder victim is the famed picture book author, Miss Elise Donim. Her body was found in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. She had been stabbed through the torso by a ceremonial sword from a golden statue. The sword in this picture is the weapon in question, correct? Very well. The court accepts this photo of the crime scene. Crime photo added to court record. There is no mistake. This was the doing of Sister Iris. After all, there's a witness to her crime. Very well. Please bring this witness to the stand. And so it begins. My first and last trial as a defense attorney. Witness, state your name and occupation, please. Hold on here. I'm not sure about being not sure if I care for this all. Or care for this at all. Wait, you're not sure about being not sure if I care for this at all? You're not sure about not being sure? Witness, please stand up nice and straight. If I recall correctly, there are a few milk crates in the defendant's lobby for a back pain-plagued witness. Bailiff, fetch a crate for this poor lady, please. Little you know they're gonna make a spin-off game for Edgy, for Miles Boy. I'm actually stoked for those. I've never played them before, but I have friends who played the first one and loved it, so I'm really excited to see how those play out. Once again, your name and occupation, please. Little old me? Well, I'm the head nun of Hazakura Temple on Eagle Mountain. My name is Bikini. You got it? Bikini. Nice to meet everyone. But you don't appear to be wearing a bikini right now. It's February. You shouldn't be doing that. The courtroom is the garden of holy judgment. Those with lechery in their hearts should be... Or lechery? Lechery? I've only ever seen it written down. In their hearts, should leave this sanctuary at once. You want me to leave? No need to get your bikinis in a twist. Let me tell you, I'm a sight to behold in the summer. In any case, witness, I hear that you saw the crime take place on that night in question. That's right. I can still hardly believe it myself, to be honest. There's no way dear little Iris could do anything like that. I have no good understanding the words you're saying. Use smaller words. Let's hear what you have to say then. First, tell us to boot your own movements that night, eh? God damn it, localization team. God, he's so Canadian. Tell us to boot your own movements that night, eh? Fuck. That night I was helping an acolyte with the training in the inner temple, but, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up. Violently. Canadian representation, hell yeah. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hazakura Temple. There's no bath in the inner temple, you see, and I needed a long hot soak. It was after I had finished, just as I was heading back, that's when I saw it. So it was simply coincidence that you found yourself returning to Hazakura Temple? Yes, you could say that. If my back hadn't been in so much pain, I would have stayed at the inner temple. Sounds like a pretty important statement she just made. There's only one problem with this testimony that I can see. And you're not about to fall at the first hurdle now, are you, Miles Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth, please begin your cross-examination. I already know what the problem with this statement is, too. It's very clear. It's very obvious. Because she said, I left Iris to help the acolyte and return to the Hazakura Temple. However, we have testimony. We have specific testimony that's from Iris herself that said that she stayed in her room until the murder was discovered. She never went to the inner temple. So there's a contradiction here between statements. Witnesses have to undergo their own trials, I'm afraid. The defendant's fate rests on their powers of observation and memory, after all. Well, don't worry. I'm more than up to the task. I'm a woman of faith, after all. The head honcho of Hazakura Temple. In that case, Ms. Honcho, I'd like you to explain something for me. The discrepancy between your testimony and that of the defendant, Iris. She claims that after ringing the lights out bell, she went back and stayed in her room. Which means she did not go to the inner temple at all. No. She said that? A defendant or a witness? Who is more likely to lie, do you suppose? The defendant simply lying to cover her back. That is completely illogical. The murder was committed in the courtyard of Hazakura Temple. Claiming that she went to the inner temple would make for a much better alibi. Oh. That is odd. Whatever the reason, I can't believe that she would lie. She doesn't seem to indeed have honest eyes. She really doesn't. Wow. All people lie. That is my belief. Why am I the only one being whipped in here? Definitely don't like this. Anyway, neither the witness nor the defendant have any reason to lie. Which means, you must call your memory into question. Dear. You're older than me and yet you want to play that game, do you? Well, that isn't exactly what My memory's perfect. Crystal clear. Especially in winter. Well, I suppose it's too early to end this cross-examination, eh? Mr. Edgeworth, if you're going to question the memory of this witness, you'll need to show a more decisive piece of evidence. Understood, Your Honor. It was naive to think that alone would do the trick. Then please add your comments about Iris to the testimony. Let us return to the cross-examination. And I was helping acolyte training. Almighty, first time chat? Almighty, you've never joined one of my streams before? I could have sworn you have. That's weird. Why would they lie? It's not something I want to hear from a judge. Why would they tell lies? But hey, Almighty, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. What do you think Edward eats for lunch? His name isn't Edward. His name's Miles, dude. Why are you misnaming Mr. Edgeworth here? See my back leg sacked up violently. Iris came to the inner temple. She's dressed exactly as she had been at dinner. Except she can't have, because she gave this to Phoenix. She had this on her head at dinner, and then took it off before going to the temple. It's doing all right. Very cold. Oh, well, I suppose we'll be coming into wintertime for your neck of the planet. It's a weird way to put it, but you know what I mean. Just a second, just close my blinds a little bit. A little too bright in here. Yeah, there's no way that they were just saying. Witness, let's get one thing straight. The defendant who you claim to have met, She was wearing this demon warding hood, correct? Of course. That is a very important piece of clothing, I'll have you know. Ha 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 ha. Wait a minute. Hold it right there. Why do you have that? Shrug life. Midwinter, 11 a.m., about 10 Celsius. Okay, so it's... I mean, right now I'm in a colder part of Canada right now because it's a bit chillier where we are. But we were sitting at like 10 to 12 first thing in the morning, got up to about 18. I know Eastern Canada's going through a heat wave of like 30-something degrees right now, which is very warm for... It's unseasonably warm for this early into summer. That's the question of the day now, isn't it, Ms. Von Karma? I'll have you know that this hood was given to someone as a gift that night, before the lights out bell was rung. What? You know where I'm going with this, don't you? If the witness had seen the defendant as she claims, then the iris she saw should have been missing this very hood. Well, well, well. Or how's our design for airflow and heat, not insulation cold? That is true. It's not a bad feeling at all exposing contradictions like this. I understand that happy look on Wright's face every time he does it. Sister, this hood. You have spare ones around the temple, don't you? Spares? Spares? Well, I do tend to make too many of them. Oh, I see, a stockpile. A surplus of hoods, eh? Each nun's only given one hood. This should be the only hood that Iris owned. This is quite strange. Ah! If there was a surplus of hoods, then she could have worn one of those. There's no contradiction here. Sorry to break this to you, Ms. Von Karma, but you won't get away that easily. Discrepancy such as this would sow seeds in any human heart. The seeds of doubt. Witness! Well, I don't wish to call your testimony into doubt. You must give every detail with precision. I'm not sure I'm comfortable going along with this. Sister, you shall continue with your testimony. Tell us what you saw after finishing your bath on your way back to the inner temple. The seeds of doubt are spreading in the judge's heart. They just need a little more stimulation to bear fruit. Contradictory stimulation. There's a lot of talk of stimulation and a lot of whips going on here. I don't know if I like it. I finished my bath around 11 and I thought I should return to the inner temple. And as I was walking back, I heard a noise from the courtyard. I took a look and Iris was, oh, Mystic Elise. And with that sword of all things. Mystic Elise was staying in the corner room which faces out onto the courtyard. Does this game take place in Toronto, Tokyo? No, it's San Francisco is more what it's like. Although slowly and slowly they started making it more as it's just Japan in the later games. Stabbing I saw must have occurred after she was pushed out of her window. You saw a truly terrible sight, didn't ya? If I was in your place, and it would be much like Ms. Von Karma whipping Mr. Edgeworth in two in court. And me seeing it all from this very chair. Or, well, something like that, eh? This judge. His imagination's about as vivid and creative as Detective Gumshoe. I would look the fool if I commented on such foolishness. Anyway, this case is mine, Miles Edgeworth. Calling everyone by their full name. Can't you do something about that habit of yours? After my bath. Finished my bath around 11. Thought I should return to the temple. There's not much to press there. Not there. With that sort of all things. Staying in the corner room which faces on the courtyard. Yeah, we knew that from our previous things. Previous investigations. Stabbing us almost occurred after she pushed out the window. Do I have an autopsy report? Except... No. No, it can't be, because she's saying stabbing happened after falling 10 feet. But this has it... She fell 10 feet after being stabbed. So no, this shit's backwards here. Also, hello, Hecklejack. Impressive logic. That's what I'd like to say, anyway. Oh, please do. My brain's something else, especially in winter. However, I think you're overlooking one thing. Ms. Von Karma, would you be so kind as to take another look at the autopsy report? The autopsy report? The victim did fall from a height of 10 feet. However, this fall was after she was killed. Ah. Oh, that's right. It says after death right here, eh? The scene the witness claims to have seen is contradictory. If the defendant stabbed and killed the victim there in the courtyard, then how did the victim then go on to take a 10-foot fall? Yeah, how'd you pull that shit off, bud? Order! Order! The victim was killed and then fell. If that's the case, then the victim must have been killed in her room. Don't you agree? That is the logical conclusion. Yes, that's right. The victim must have been stabbed by the defendant in her own room. Then she was thrown out of her window down onto the courtyard below. Were there any signs of a struggle in Miss Donim's room? Huh. She was stabbed with a sword. That would leave a bloodstain, wouldn't you agree? Well, Ms. Von Karma? Was there any blood in the room, eh? No traces of blood were found in the victim's room. Rumors just caused traces of blood to be found on my glorious playoff beard. Fucking playoff beard. He's so aggressively Canadian. His love of hockey, his boots, his A's. However, if there's no blood in the room, then your claim that... I'm sure there's no need for me to go over this, as I'm sure your honor is well aware of when a stab wound produces the most blood. When it produces the most blood... This is the Canadian representation Canada wants. Honestly, the fact that we got representation at all in this. And why is he Canadian? Localization needed to have him have a different voice from the usual judge, is the trick. Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed. Indeed, with the weapon still in place, it acts like a lid on the wound. Oh, that's true. With the weapon still in the body, there wouldn't be much bleeding. Who's Canadian, the judge? Yep, the judge is Canadian in this case. Perfectly reasonable line of thinking. American before an American, exactly. We have come to a conclusion, then. The victim was thrown out of the window with the sword still in place. This removes all of the contradictions. Order, order, order! I must admit that this is a probable version of events. I expect no less from Franziska von Karma. She locates and takes control of every vital point. It seems that we need a clearer testimony from the witness. Remove all supposition on your part and tell us only the facts, please. Witness, please. Remain standing on the crate. Don't go selling me short now. The weight of winter snow has bent me out of shape, especially my back and my mood. Sister, please give us your testimony. I'll give you a vigorous massage once we are finished here. With the whip? God damn.
Shut up and take my money.
God damn it. Oh, Ramen, hey, what's up, dude? Thank you for the resub. 11 months, too. One more month and it's going to be a full year, dude. Thank you so much. It's so appreciated. And welcome to some Phoenix Wright. Now with more Edgeworth. Yeah. Kakashi, yeah, you and I are both just pointing out, like, Edgeworth's very transfixed on this whip. Oh, boy. Alright, alright. Alright. When I looked across at the scene, the sword was already in place. Thinking about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Mystic Elise. I've never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. You can't blame me, can you? When I woke, Mrs. Gamey was stabbing Mystic Elise through the back. This all confirms Miss Von Karma's theory. Von Karma strive for nothing but perfection. Putting together such facts is nothing for me. You should know that, Miles Edgeworth. I'm surprised they kept it a whip and not changed to a gun. Oh no, like that's the thing. Keeping it as a whip, there's a lot of good comedic lines that come from this being a whip. Perfection is an impossibility, Franziska von Karma. And I'm here to teach you just that. Okay. Well, look, the sword is already in place, which we already have picture proof of that. Think about it now, I didn't actually see her stab Mystic Elise. Okay. Never seen so much blood before. That's when I fainted. And, okay. Tell me more about the blood. So you're saying that you saw the victim's blood? That's right. Some of it splattered onto Iris, too. When the defendant was arrested, she was meditating in her room. And her blood-flecked clothing was neatly folded in the corner. What? Her clothes were blood-flecked as well? That seems quite conclusive to me. What should I do? Press this point further? Yeah, tell me more. Going back to your previous statement. You said that you saw a little bleeding when the victim was stabbed. But now, you say that you saw the victim bleeding? Well, I said that what I saw is what I saw. What did you see, eh? Maybe I didn't see the poor woman get stabbed, but I saw the girl pull the sword out of her plain as day. Pulling the sword out? Well, it wasn't exactly pulling. It's more like it came out. Witness, you'll add this statement to your testimony. Oh, was that important? More important than you can imagine. So this was a blade plunged into the hilt was smoothly drawn out. Plunged into the hilt, huh? Firstly, if it was plunged into the hilt, okay, I'm gonna use my mouse for this one. Y'all, you can see my mouse in here, can you? Can you? Yeah, you can. Here. Yeah, so the hilt is here. She's saying that she got stabbed all the fucking way through. But there's only blood up here. And also, for someone to get stabbed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, and then for it to smoothly come out, that's not possible. Nah, I'm calling horseshit. I call horseshit on you. I don't believe you, lady. Sister Bikini, you are a reliable witness. At least, I'd like to think so. There are too many contradictions here. What do you mean? You make it sound as though I'm a liar. But you're a handsome young man, so I'll forgive you. What contradictions are you talking about? In the scene that the witness claims to have seen, the weapon was thrust up to its hilt in the victim. Furthermore, the killer withdrew the weapon smoothly from the body. However, both of these are complete impossibilities. What do you mean? Well, explain yourself. To start with, do you think it would be possible to stab someone to the hilt with this? No matter how I look at the defendant, she doesn't appear strong enough for that. Doesn't appear? What meaningless dribble. I call horse shitteth on you. You're absolutely right, Rira. I too may appear to be weak and frail, but I can crush men under my heel and make them weep, should I so choose. And she probably gets paid for it too, let's be honest. Like, let's be 100% real here. Man, Karma's a bitch. I'll see myself out. Thank you, Almighty. Well done. Cheers. Fun fact, when a person gets stabbed by objects, you don't pull the object out, or it cause blood loss. Exactly. The objection stands. I wept a little back there, I must admit. That isn't the only issue here. If this sword is truly stabbed in the body up to the hilt, well, just look at all the branches on it. It certainly wouldn't come out smoothly. Yeah, that would be a bitch to get in or out of a person. That's... We also have the problem of the amount of bleeding. It's true that when a blade is left in a body, it acts as a plug of sorts. However, when the weapon is shaped like this, it's an entirely different story. The wound would be too large for the blade to completely stop the bleeding. That's nothing more than conjecture. In reality, the victim was stabbed with a shichishito, or shichishito. Even a weapon of this nature may still sometimes slide out smoothly, and may still sometimes stop the blood loss. I'm not finished. There's still one more conclusive contradiction. That's why blades have the grip to stop vacuum sealing in a body. Yeah. Still got more. This one's simple. If the sword was really thrust in all the way to the hilt, why is there only blood on the tip of it? Ah. If this witness is telling the truth, then there should be blood along the entire length of the sword. No! Order, order. Ah! Bravo, Miles Edgeworth. Raising this many contradictions from a single piece of evidence. All the other attorneys I know could maybe manage one, if that. But what does this all mean? You've proven contradictions regarding the murder weapon, but having come this far, there can only be one answer. And that is... the weapon used to kill the victim was not the Shichishito. What? A foolishly foolish idea born from the foolish mind of a foolhardy foolish fool. I forgot how often she calls people a fool. Oh, that's great. Let's examine this again. What was it that made us think this sword was the murder weapon? Well, it's because Mystic Amy was holding it. Exactly. However, if you reflect on this, that's the only basis we have to assume such a thing. Which means that Karma has no integrity, intentionally ignores evidence. Oh yeah, absolutely. Prosecutors in this game, in this world, intentionally fabricate evidence, hide evidence, ask their witnesses to lie, or to intentionally hide facts. Like this world, it's very much a parody and it's very much a satire of the Japanese legal system, where they got like a 95% conviction rate because they just ignore evidence left, right, and center. It's bad. It's real bad. The impression left by the scene was just too strong. That is what influenced us. It influenced us to believe that the Shichishito was the murder weapon. Order, order. Ah! So maybe the Shichishito was not the murder weapon. Even if that is the case, it changes nothing, Miles Edgeworth. The sister here saw everything. She saw the defendant stab the victim with a sword-like object. Yeah, bro, what is with the whip? Francis Von Karma's just... She's just built different, I guess. That's what she does. She just whips everybody. No one is safe. Everyone gets striked. That is true. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? If that is so, I'd like the prosecution to answer the obvious question it raises. The obvious question? Yes, namely, where did the real murder weapon disappear to? Goes without saying that the police searched the main hall and the surrounding area. Perhaps the prosecution can enlighten us as to if a sword-like object was found. But that's... Answer the question, Ms. Von Karma. No evidence of that kind was found. Another mystery to throw onto the pile. And not even children are safe from the weapon. Everyone gets striked. Trial without a murder weapon's a tricky beast, eh? Excuse me, could I say something? I just remembered something, actually. What is it, sister? I was just thinking, it's possible that just maybe what actually happened was it was just over there. What exactly are you going on about here? Canadian judge. Once again. The murder weapon, I mean. Maybe. I think I might know where the sword was disposed of. You what? Well then. I think we need to hear testimony from you one more time, sister. Impossible. What else? What else could this old woman have seen? I saw the murder around 11 p.m. And after asking that it be reported, I went out to the main gate. And there, I saw tracks. Tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. It takes 15 minutes to walk to Dusky Bridge, but less than 5 using one of those. Maybe they threw the weapon into Eagle River and came back while I was knocked out. Iris could have done that. She could drive a snowmobile after all. So Iris, the murdering nun, snowmobiled a sword over to a cliff, hucked the sword, and then came back. Is what you're trying to say. Witness, please tell us everything you know right away next time. Well, I'm not in the best of shape. Well, with my back and my age, you know. Quite. There were indeed snowmobile tracks in front of the main gate. Here's a photograph. Look at this photograph of a snowmobile and it's making tracks. Snowmobile, eh? I see. Well, certainly is an interesting theory. Not a very good snowmobile, though, there, bud. Definitely couldn't go snowmoboating on it. Wait, does anyone here know what snowmoboating is? I mean, like, Ramen wouldn't know, probably. Actually, no, you might. If you could theoretically do it on a dune with a pool. But snowmoboating. The art of revving a snowmobile so fast that you can actually make it skip across the water. And essentially be a waterborne vehicle for a short period of time. Not easy to do, but it is possible. The tracks begin in front of Hazakura Temple and run all the way to Dusky Bridge. Tracks photo. That solves your pesky little problem, yes? The Eagle River's current is quite swift, meaning that it doesn't freeze over in winter, making it the perfect place to dispose of the murder weapon. Did she really go to the river to dispose of the murder weapon? Mr. Edgeworth, your cross-examination, please. You didn't know that? Well, I'm glad I got to teach you something, Ace. I'm glad you got to learn. Alright. So the murder at 11 p.m. Scene reported. Went out the main gate. Okay. Tracks that indicated the snowmobile had been used. That's true. 5 minutes to get there. They threw the weapon in Eagle River. Could they have? Let me take a look at this. There's also foot tracks. Like, there's, yeah, knowing is half the battle. Giga Joe. Yeah, there's foot tracks as well as snowmobile tracks. Let's check this again. Let's talk about this. I admit this photograph proves something. It proves that the snowmobile was used on the night of the murder. You finally accepted the inevitable, it seems, Miles Edgeworth. However, if what the witness says is true, then why is there only one set of tracks? What do you mean? Iris left Hazakura Temple, threw the weapon into the river, and then returned. If this was the case, then naturally there should be 2 sets of tracks in the snow. You're absolutely right. Those heading out to the bridge and those from coming back. And there's no way that they reversed the snowmobile across the exact same tracks, and you'd be able to tell. Oh, you're right. You're forgetting one thing, Miles Edgeworth. On the night of the murder, it was snowing. The tracks leading to the bridge were erased by the snowfall. This removes your precious contradiction now, doesn't it? Oh, I see. While she was at the river, the snow stopped. Leaving just the return tracks in the snow. What do you have to say now, Miles Edgeworth? Is there a flaw in her theory? This idea that the snowfall covered one set of tracks. Let me double check. There has to be a contradiction. There was snow till 10:50. But if the crime happened at 11, the snow would have stopped. Yeah, there's a contradiction. It's gotta be that. It's gotta be the weather data. Tracks to the river covered by snow. What a nice theory. However, Ms. Von Karma, that is impossible. Would you care to explain why there's a rude index finger currently pointed in my general direction? No need. The evidence will do all of the talking for me. On the night of the murder, the killer went to and returned from Dusky Bridge in order to dispose of the murder weapon. The outgoing tracks were erased by snow, or so claims Ms. Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth, present your evidence to the contrary, eh? You haven't said the outgoing tracks were not covered by snow. That would, yeah, it's gotta be the weather data. The timing's not right. Witness, please tell us again what time it was when you witnessed the crime. Like I said, it was around 11. Well, of course, this means that the weapon was thrown away after that time, correct? On that note, please take a look at this data. It's the weather report for Eagle Mountain on the night of the murder. The weather report? Snow started to fall at 7 p.m., but stopped at around 10:50. Oh. Therefore, when the sister witnessed the crime at 11 p.m., the snow had already stopped falling. It's impossible for any tracks made after that time to have been covered up. Ah! Order! Order! Very well then. Looks like Ms. Von Karma's claim has been snowed in. Ha! Ha! I see what you did there, Judge. I appreciate you. Ah! It's too soon to be closing this trial due to snow. Miles Edgeworth, how pathetic of you to rely on the weather of all things. Answer me this, then. When is a weather report ever correct? Ah, no, you got it all wrong. This isn't a forecast. This is actual data. Ah! Forecast data, all weather reports have some inaccuracies. May have still been snowing in the vicinity well past 11 p.m. It's true. We cannot be totally sure, eh? What? How did you pull that off? It stopped snowing at Hazakura Temple when the murder took place. You need to provide conclusive evidence of this. We've come this far. There's no turning back now. Very well. I, too, cannot allow any doubt to remain concerning this testimony. Blah, blah, blah. Ha! You can't back down, can you? Such a perfectionist, Miles Edgeworth. Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. Where is your evidence that it already stopped snowing when the victim was killed? It's easy, actually. If you look at the scene of the crime, if it was still snowing, there'd be snow on her. She'd be snowed on. Did she really just criticize him for using facts in court? Yes, she did. Once again, Japanese judicial system satire. Just absolutely shits on it. Ultimately, it all comes down to one point. That being, whether or not it was snowing in that courtyard when the victim was stabbed. That's right, but proving that is incredibly easy. What? If we want to know whether it was snowing or not, this photo will tell us everything. Of course, I'm referring to the photo of the crime scene. As you can see, everything is covered with snow, with just one exception. And that is the victim herself, Miss Elise Donim. Why is there no snow on top of her? The answer is simple. It stopped snowing when she was killed. That's why. In other words, if the killer really did go to the Eagle River to dispose of the murder weapon, then in this photograph, there should be two sets of tracks. Ah! Order! Just what are you... Ah! Just what are you suggesting, Miles Edgeworth? To be honest, I'm not entirely sure myself, but this is simply what all the facts point to. That night, someone used the snowmobile to leave Hazakura Temple. From the tracks left, it can be understood that they were heading for Dusky Bridge. At that time, it was still snowing. Of course it was, because those tracks were erased by the snow. Then when this person returned to Hazakura Temple, the snow had stopped. Thus, the return tracks remained. Can I say something? This all sounds a bit fishy to me. What does, sister? There's only one key for the snowmobile. Furthermore, on the night in question, we know that the defendant had it. The key was found in her room after the murder. Which can only mean that night. Yeah, fishy. Also, hi, Dino. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Iris used the snowmobile to go to the inner temple. But Iris said that she never went there. She'll probably press on this point some more when I get the chance. The snowmobile can't cross the suspension bridge, because it's a shitty bridge. You can just poke in before going to bed. You know what? I appreciate that, Dino. I appreciate you stopping by, even if it was just for a little bit. It means a lot to me. So she must have lived on the Hazakura side of the bridge and crossed on foot. Well, that sounds right. But what's odd is, when I left Iris and returned to Hazakura Temple, I didn't see anything near the Dusky Bridge. You must have just failed to see it, sister. Maybe, But when I made it back to Hazakura Temple, it was there by the main gate. Snowmobile, I mean. I know what I saw. It was covered in snow, too. But that isn't possible. Order in the court. What does this all mean? So then what was the snowmobile used for? It wasn't taken by the defendant when she went to the inner temple. If it had been, then the witness couldn't possibly have seen it by the gate. Furthermore, it wasn't used by the killer to dispose of the murder weapon. If that was the case, there should be 2 sets of tracks in this photo. All we know is this. After it stopped snowing, someone used the snowmobile to return to Hazakura Temple. I never thought a simple snowmobile could cause so much trouble. I think we've learned all that we can from this witness. Yes, I got nothing more to add. I've told you everything that I know. But then, that still leaves us with the same problem. If only there was someone, a witness who could testify to having seen the snowmobile. A witness, huh? Was there no one out walking perhaps near Dusky Bridge on that night? I don't think that's likely. It was cold enough to freeze your ears off. Only an idiot would go out wandering in that. Unless they had something really important to do. That's a shame. Hold on. Something's coming to me. An idiot may well have gone wandering out on that subarctic night. Your Honor. Actually, there just might be one individual who may be of help to us. But really? You know of someone who might have seen the snowmobile on the night of the murder? I don't know for sure if he saw it or not, but there are 2 things about him that do come to mind. Which are? First, that he saw something incredible on the night of the murder. And the second being? This individual that I'm thinking of went wandering outside on that cold night. In other words, he is our kind of idiot. Yeah! Call our idiot. Who is this idiot you're talking about? Call our idiot. Call our idiot. Look at this dumb bitch. There's no thoughts in that brain. No thoughts, head empty. Look at this dumb bitch. This guy must be a product of Jean-Luc de Leduc's Guide to Obnoxious French Painting. This is Larry Butts, a disciple of the victim, Elise Stoney. A student? Interesting. Why was he wandering a boot outside on the night of the murder? That's... I could tell him all about his designs for Iris, but it may cost us his credibility as a witness before I even call him. He is, after all, an artist. He was, perhaps, searching for something in the snowy scenery that would move him. Although I cannot guarantee that this is the reason. And so, this unfortunate, unreliable-looking man, what exactly was it that he saw? I intend to extract that from him right here in this courtroom. Summon this youth as a witness immediately. I have no choice, do I? I believe he's in the gallery for this trial. It will not take long to summon him. Very well, Larry. You may have escaped me yesterday, but today I'm going to get everything out of you. Court will now adjourn for a 20-minute break. Ms. Von Karma, please see to prepare the next witness. Understood, Your Honor. Good. Well then, court's now in recess. There, we made through the first part of the first day of trialing. Yeah, we should probably save. I haven't been saving. He can't be a witness, he's ugly. Even by his attorneys. It's bad. Yeah, it really is. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not really sure what to say. Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are 2 things which I need to ask you before we reconvene. Alright, I'll help you any way I can. First, about that night. You really didn't go to the inner temple, correct? The last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying. Mr. Edgeworth, it's just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple. Very well. The second thing, then. That night, the temple snowmobile was used in between the time Sister Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometime between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile? There's only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me. So it was you. But why? What made you go out to Dusky Bridge? I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. God damn it. Why? Why are you locking shit? Iris, we don't have time for this fucking shit. We don't have time for your psycho locks. I can't tell you about that yet. Yet? Not until her safety's confirmed. Her? Safety of the Acolyte. The Acolyte, huh? She must be talking about Maya. So in other words, she can't talk about it until she knows Maya's safe and sound. Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Donim? No matter who or what may come, I could never take a life. Except if this is the same bitch that we know, she's responsible for 1, 2, 3 deaths? She's responsible for killing 2 to 3 people. As I thought, no psycho locks. Very well. It's my job to get to the truth. You'll discover this for yourself soon enough. It's now 11:36 a.m. All this happened in an hour and a half. Court will now reconvene. Ms. Von Karma, where's the witness? During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery. Suspicious behavior? He was sketching something very intensely. Dare I ask what this witness was sketching when he was detained? He drew a terrifying woman armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip. Hey man, people gonna look at, people can change. Look at Pinecone. He killed so many people, now he's part of Toxica. Well, we never said he stopped killing people. I would never take a life. Sounds like mental gymnastics for they were already dead. Yeah, it really is. Like, Iris is definitely doing some mental gymnastics here. I can only presume that his intention was to capture you. Ah! Anyway, it's time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. Maurice Donim, I hope you're ready. Get in here. It would seem that whip is going to see plenty more use today. God, he's so stupid. Ow! Ow! I can't find my Larry voice. There it is. Your sketch is in contempt of this court. Hey, I was just artistically rendering... Ow! You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct? Look, I'm not nothing but a fledgling artist trading out in the mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, to use the technical term for the color, viridian. Larry, this isn't an art store now, is it? I know, I graduated junior high, okay? Fucking no GED, have an ass. Look, art's all about working in the fields, isn't it? Working in the fields? I presume he wants to say field work. Like, hope. But that's it. Thanks, buddy. Fucking Larry. It's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence. I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. So see, I got nothing to do with this trial at all. Expect all your faces to be red when you realize this mistake. Bright red. Or to use the technical term, Crimson Lake. Ow! Ow, ow, ow! Ouch! Stop your pathetic blabbing and testify like a man. Refrain from whipping me, Ms. Von Karma. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Fucking localization. I read it before I fucking realized what he said. Fucking forecheck, backcheck, paycheck. Witness, that was all your fault. Testify now. Well, this is too much for me. To say this, how can you be a man when a woman's whipping you with an actual whip? You can still be a man, just be an injured man. Masculinity doesn't matter. I was at the lodge out in the mountains looking up at the stars that night. I walked to the bridge a number of times, but I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. The girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Aren't I edgy? Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony. I'm just a nobody. Nobody was a small, worthless man, aren't I? Why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation or anything else? Mr. Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex. He's recently been the cause of numerous incidents. He said I was once whipped. Like, fair? What? Oh, not necessarily fair. But what do you mean? Please elaborate. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he's been to other people. Yeah, that's right. I'm behind everything, every case. Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you eternally unhappy. Well, then let's proceed with the cross-examination. With no touching, thank you. We can delve into other details at a later time. Yeah, what do you see? It's out of the lodge. Okay, so there's nothing really suspicious about that. Right there. Didn't see a snowmobile. Didn't see anyone on the bridge that night either. Gonna have to claim... Seems he's gonna claim to have had nothing to do with this to the end. Don't want to get this guy to cost us any more time. He's sliced through his obvious contradictions to keep things moving along. Max is very controlling. Oh, jeez. That's mildly concerning. Him saying I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night. Except, he earlier said he saw Phoenix fall. Oh, there we go. Larry Butts. I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic, and you cause all sorts of trouble. I'm sorry. But, having realized just how much of a nuisance you have been, that could be considered a step in the right direction. Edgy, are you trying to console me? Certainly doesn't sound that way to me. However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create. Wow, you're totally pitting this on me. Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Phoenix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There, he happened across a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butts. That's right. Me, in the flesh. Listen carefully, witness. Doesn't matter if you change your name. As long as you remain pretty pathetic, you'll continue to cause these incidents. That reality will not change. But what do you want me to do then? Larry, what you need to change is your inner self. But for now, what you saw that night, testifying truthfully about this one issue, is all I need from you. Larry, why are you such a butt? Because if something smells, it's probably the butts. Edgy, I think I've finally woken up. Well, because it could still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Well, I'm not sure this will go especially well. Ask again then, witness. What did you see on the night of the murder? What I saw, part 2. I went to the shack at around 9, so it would have been about 10:30 p.m. I was lying under my bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. I looked out the window, and Dusky Bridge was on fire. There was still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. That's when I ran into Nick. You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you? So what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire? It was like me after a 3-day stint chasing a girl. Totally burnt out. Like, almost totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains is what caused Nick to fall. What did you say? Oh, don't worry. It's nothing life-threatening. He just caught a cold. I never know what that meant, if you should be called lucky or unlucky. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, please commence your cross-examination. Yeah, tell us more. Speaks a lot, but says very little. Yeah. Flash almost blinded me. Dusky Bridge was on fire. Still some thunder, but I went right away to check it out. But wait. You said right away, but exactly how long after the strike was that? Lightning fell and then the bridge caught on fire. Maybe around 5 minutes? I mean, I suddenly thought, gotta go check this out. How far is the small shack you were in from the bridge? Hold on, well, it pretty much stopped snowing. It's about a 5-minute walk. And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there? Like I recovered a piece of my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfires kids make during school camping trips can compare. Well, should I press him for more info? Oh, why didn't you call anyone to say that the bridge was burning out? Larry, let me ask you one thing. What is it, Edgy? What's with a serious face? We're in court, you idiot. Why didn't you call anyone? Huh? What do you mean? Normally, when faced with a towering inferno, one would try and tell someone. There's a public phone right by Dusky Bridge, correct? Oh, well, of course, I thought of doing that. So then, let's hear why you didn't. Huh? Yeah, okay. Reason. My reason. Isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone, just I didn't have time to, okay? Out of the bridge, and Nick showed up less than a minute later. Wait a minute. Think this all... Double check the weather data. He saw the lightning strike at 10:45. And then at 10:55, he saw Nick, is what he's trying to say, I think. But the murder happened at 11. No, times don't line up. Your very existence being a contradiction, I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not. What the hey, Edgy? You make me sound like I'm some sort of alien. But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time. I've never been the best timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long does it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible at those. This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike Dusky Bridge, and immediately went to see what had happened. Is this correct? Yeah, well, I wasted about 5 minutes first, but more or less. I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 p.m. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge. Meaning you probably got there at around 11 p.m. That sounds about right, I guess. And then Nick showed up and did his falling act. That is impossible. What do you mean? 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred in Hazakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there in the courtyard. There's no way that Larry could have encountered him at Dusky Bridge at that time. Oh, excuse me, I have an objection. You do? Edgy, how many times do I have to say this? I'm not Larry, I'm Laurice Donim. Ah! It's not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The sister only said around 11. In which case, it could have been earlier than that. Watch your footing there, Miss Franziska von Karma. The slope ahead is slippery. But there's still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m. And why not? It's clearly written here in the weather data report. It took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have been burning until at least 11:15 p.m. Which means what exactly? Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by the flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until after the flames had died down. Larry. You arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m. But Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you to stop hiding things and just tell us the whole truth. Now then, what happened during these missing 15 minutes? I feel like I just got brutally woken up by the toilet splashback. Got a toilet splashback? God, he's so dumb. So it was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Phoenix Wright. Rounding, that's gross. Yeah, that is gross. Getting awoken by fucking splashback? Blech. I hardly see that as much of a problem. Yeah, not much of a problem at all. Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes, and there's a phone right next to it. Why, then, did you not report the accident? Yes, witness, why didn't you? Were you simply there to watch the bridge burn? And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge had burnt out, he was still there. Staring into space, this witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty. But that's what it sounds like. Ah, but this is Larry we are talking about. Even he isn't capable of being so stupid. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction. Edgy. I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude. Just as I thought. You've been playing with us all this time. Listen, I'm going to tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all? Yes. We're in court, Larry. You need to tell us everything, Larry. What a fucking idiot. This guy's so dumb. I hate this guy. I may really say it this time. Everything. Ah! Then say it. Very well. I have a terribly bad feeling about this. However, let's have the witness finally give us the whole truth.
Cheers, I'll drink to that, bro.
Snake, thank you for the hydrate. I'll take a sip. Now, for this 15-minute gap, what were you doing, witness? I'm a Donim. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipped up into a frenzy of art. The shock and awe I was feeling, I transferred all directly onto the page. Before I realized that the flames had gone out, and then he came running up. Suppose artists can be strange folk. Oh, an ace with the stretch, thank you. Ugh. Crack my shoulders. Son of a bitch. Ugh, that's better. Yeah, bro. That's right, I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw the perfect sketch. Including the truth from the sound of it. Mr. Edgeworth, has this removed the last of your doubts? Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains. What would that be? This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So why do you think you needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag the reason out of him. Larry's so stupid. Haha, you'll regret this, Edgy. Will I? Sketching. Tell us more about this sketch. Sketching? The burning bridge? Burning bridge and everything that came with it. What? Came with it? You want to hear this from my lips, do you, Edgy? You'll regret this. That sketch of mine is... Ah! Enough. Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness. What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. That does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Mr. Edgeworth. What should I do? I've got a terrible feeling about that the instant the sketch is revealed. The entire world may be changed by what's depicted there. Now, we gotta see the sketch. If he drew what happened, Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch, please. Well, even I couldn't imagine it turned out like this. Imagined what? That Louis Donim's debut would take place here today, like this. Ouch! Show it now. Okay, but steel yourselves. This is the world of Louis Donim. There's a person there. Ah. Oh, well. So this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Miss Von Karma? Yes, well, it's a better drawing than I expected. Isn't it? Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames, I really did. Yeah, there's a fire ghost there. Yeah, I'm sure you did. This is going to get ugly. Yeah, it's like, this is so dumb. No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. This mysterious flying object. Larry. What? The burning bridge is fine, but what is that unfortunate looking figure? Oh, you spotted that? I thought you might. However much I might want to ignore it, I can't. It's Iris, of course. Iris. We should take better care of herself. We have to plan her for our future, you know. What would have happened to her if she had injured herself flying like that? Larry, please. Answer this next question honestly. Okay. Are you really claiming to have seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames? Yep, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist, a real artist. Aren't you... Hi? The girl. She's really high up in this picture. Ha ha. Well done there. Everyone wants to strangle him so bad. I think everyone does. Hey, what was that for, eh? This is all a bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory. Please rip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. Yeah, I was strangling him so badly. Robin, I do too. Me 3. I think we're gonna have to start a line of beating the shit out of Larry Butts. Anyway, no court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly. Actually, there is some precedent for this. She's flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. She's about 30 feet above the bridge, at least. There's really something to see. This has to be some kind of mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, please bring the witness back down to earth. But what? Me? This witness is your friend, is he? This witness is your friend, is he not? Accessory to foolishness, Miles Edgeworth. Let's get back to the cross-examination, by force if necessary. Mr. Edgeworth, I expect that you'd expose the obvious contradiction here. Yes, Your Honor. Looks like I got another reason to remember this moron. Well, what do you think about debut piece? Get that thing away from me. And we've got Larry Sketch in there. Now hurry up and cross-examine him. Doing that. Vert. I saw Iris flying. I saw her white hood fluttering. You can't have seen her hood, though, because Phoenix was holding onto it. You can't have. Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care. In your position, that's just being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. I'll give you a whole $1 that is the truth. Man, $1 whole. I only have it in nickels. If that's truly the case, there's one thing that we could say for certain. What might that be? That the person who flew over the bridge could not have been the defendant Iris. But what? What do you mean? I don't understand. Oh, I want a whole $1. Yeah, I wouldn't say no to $1, I suppose. A foolhardy folly of a foolish statement by an equally foolishly foolhardy fool. How exactly can you make this claim? Tell us, Larry. According to this picture, the individual whom you say you saw was wearing a hood, correct? Of course she was. The rundown shack is quite away from the bridge. The hood is what told me that this floating angel was my Iris. The hood is my darling Iris, and Iris is my darling hood. Ah, it seems there are bigger fools in this world than the one at the defense's bench. Larry, there's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. Depends on what currency the dollar is. Is it US or Canadian? Or worse, is it 100 yen? The yen's doing really poorly right now. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps suggest it was Wright who took flight? Well, what are you talking about? I think you understand what I mean just fine. But why? Why did Nick have Iris' hood? What? This is the type you talk about someone throwing out a human-shaped bag and keep talking. Oh yeah, he absolutely is. He'd be like, yeah, I saw the exact murder point and I took pictures of it. Anyway, do you want to see my paintings? Like that's the kind of guy that Larry is. He's that kind of guy. You know, an idiot. He needs Canadian money? Might be. Angie, what's going on with Iris and Nick? Why, you Nick, you dog! My goodness. I do believe this unbelievably mysterious sketch is destined to disappear, discredited and discarded, straight into the garbage. What is it now, witness? It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this very day to come. Edgy, today's the day I get to completely stupefy you. What? What's the meaning of your outburst, witness? I hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence. Definitive evidence? Iris did indeed come flying over the burning bridge. And I, Laurice Doneem, shall prove it. I didn't expect to access this again. We shall be needing your testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in this sketch. It shows your evidence that this nightmare was actually reality. Okay, I hope you're ready, Edgy. So I'm gonna feed you a whopping serving of pain. You've been serving us a whopping serving of pain this whole time. Trust me. He just winced over like he just ate a bad burrito. And he's just like, I am going to kill this man. I've known him for like 25 years. Wait. I've known him for like 10 to 15 years. And I hate him. Proof that I was slew. When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone. I was so worried, so I frantically searched all over for her. That led me to finding a beautiful crystal sphere half buried in the snow. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. After all, no one else could have lost a crystal sphere that night. Are you... A crystal sphere? This one! Pretty, isn't it? Finders keepers. That sphere, where did you find it? Let me see, around here somewhere? Looks about right. And it was half buried in the snow. It pretty much stopped snowing by then. But there was still some falling as I walked to the bridge. Yeah, it has blood on it. That's the murder weapon, Larry, you fucking idiot. It's here that Ezra found real respect for what Wright puts up with. Exactly. The court accepts this crystal sphere. That's fine, okay? I want it back afterward. There's nothing on it. Oh my, it's blood. What? Blood? Crystal sphere added to the court record. You ready, Edgy? That's tomorrow morning you'll be calling me Master Larry. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's gonna push me around anymore. Didn't you want to be called Laurice No Name only a few minutes ago? He's so stupid. Guys, he's so dumb. When he's Dusty Bridge, she was already gone, fair. Frantic searched all over her. Wait a minute. Half buried in the snow. Because, yeah, we know where it came from. Because the orb was in the staff. Like, if we look at... Yeah. Because that's the orb. Man, can I get in line to strangle Larry? Yeah, you absolutely can. Please do. No orb. No orb. I know where the orb came from, you idiot. Larry. That night, there was someone. Someone who lost a crystal sphere. What? There was? Who? Who is this stupid idiot? Ms. Elise Donim, the mentor to a stupid idiot. The victim? I have a photo of her here. And on the end of her staff, you can see a familiar-looking crystal sphere. Hey! That's my photograph! Give it back! Ouch! A crystal sphere like that is quite easy to find. I have one just like it on my brooch. That's... Look at that. No, it fucking isn't, Francisca. They look nothing alike! In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff found at the scene of the crime. But, hey, the crystal sphere, it's gone! What? 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 That's fucking turquoise, you fuck. Ramen, you're absolutely right. Call Francisca out. Fuck. What does this mean, eh? If anyone jumped or flew across the bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris. After all, she was not wearing her hood, and more importantly, the crystal sphere found at the landing site was not hers either. That means the one who flew and dropped the sphere was the victim, Miss Elise Donim? A fool alongside another fool on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, thus it's rejected. You can't do that, I saw it with my own two eyes. And this crystal sphere, this is nothing more than a red herring. You honestly believe that? Rama's just like, I hate this bitch. Rama's busy hating Von Karma while all of us are like, kill Larry, kill Larry. Edgeworth's the only sane person in this fucking room. Give it some thought, I'm sure you'll realize it as well, Miles Edgeworth. At least O'Neill was in her room on the night of the murder. There's no reason for her to go to Dusky Bridge. Therefore, this sphere cannot be related to this case. I hate both of them. Roman, she may be a bitch, but she's mommy. Miss Franziska von Karma. The only people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. Cully and Larry eats paste to find the right consistency. Fuck. Yeah, Almighty, you're probably right. You're absolutely right. Why are you pointing at me? The victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. Yet you expect us to believe that this has nothing to do with the case? That crystal sphere was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder. After the murder? There's blood on the crystal sphere, isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. The killer placed it there to throw the investigation off the scent, which is the exact same reason that he drew that ridiculous sketch. What? You mean I'm the killer? He's so fucking stupid. No, what? All joking aside, just when did this crystal sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe this is related to the case. She makes a valid point. There is no evidence that at least O'Neill left Hazakura Temple that night. However, if some of this crystal sphere can be proven to be dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform into something else entirely. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth. I want your final opinion on the disposition of this crystal sphere. If it's not related to this case, then the witness who you just called will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time. Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth. I guess you're doing it, lol, JK. What the fuck, Karma? Can I prove it? Can I prove that the crystal sphere was dropped before the murder took place? Yeah, I can. I know I can. You know what? I can prove it. Can I prove it? That isn't the issue. Simply prove it. That's the only option. That's what he'd do. That's the way Phoenix Wright would do this. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link to solving this case. You'll do what? That look in your eyes. You remind me of Phoenix Wright when he's cornered. That should come as no surprise. So right now, I am Phoenix Wright, and I am indeed cornered. I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Evidence that proves that the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder. I mean... this crystal sphere, it was half buried in the snow, correct? That's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing, I would have been game over. Snow would have totally covered it. That's all I need to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. What? When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing, even if it was ever so slightly. Snowing. On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there's no snow on the victim's body. Ah! Therefore, the crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder. What? What? Yeah! Order, order, order! Order some Timmies. On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge. And there, something occurred that caused the staff's crystal sphere to come loose. What? What could that have been? This sphere. There's some blood on it, isn't there? Huh. Allow me to raise a certain possibility at this junction. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge. The murder didn't take place in the Hazakura Temple courtyard? Only a fool would suggest that such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness. Just who is the fool, and which part is so foolish, Ms. Von Karma? Have you been paying any attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth? Your sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. That's not exactly true now, is it? To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body. That's the same thing. It's not. We need to get this bitch up the source. Yeah, she's kind of all over the place here. You said it yourself. Very little blood's actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that would be when the blade is removed. If that statement is the truth, the Dusky Bridge could very easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, thus there was no bleeding. You're forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. At least O'Neill's body was found in Hazakura Temple. On foot it takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. You mean suggest that someone carried that body all that way? No. Oh shit. No, it wasn't carried. I made it this far. The only place to take this is to the end. I just need to prove that my version of events is also perfectly plausible. Well, the defense is ready. The court would like to have an explanation. Brahman, you're on the money. You got it. This shows the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakura Temple. Easy. That motherfucking snowmobile. Snowmobilio. On that snowy night, there's one way that a body could have been moved. The snowmobile. Ah. As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon, but also could have been used to carry a body. Order! Oh yeah! This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You've dug yourself into your own grave. What do you mean? The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. She's the one who moved the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin? Heh. You're too late, Franziska von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We've shown this case requires further investigation. What? Where was the victim, at least O'Neill, really killed? If her body was moved, whatever for? And finally, just what does this image mean? Do you even need to think about that? Such a creature could not ever see the truth, let alone describe it. This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. Holy shit, that's a... Just bury him. Just fucking bury Larry. Fuck this guy. Yeah, he's the low-hanging fruit of life. This is essentially what we're saying about this guy. However, he would never utter a lie that could hurt a girl with whom he's enamored. He drew this, so it's something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point. Edgy, thank you. Let's call an ambulance. That's some high-degree burns right there. Hope you have some burn heal. That settles it then. I can't give a verdict under these circumstances. Grr. Right. I seem to have fulfilled my part in this. It's just as I thought. Franziska von Karma, you make a wonderful partner. Excuse me. There's one reason and one alone for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case and then pass it on to Wright. Really? That's what this is all about? You guys just told me that from the very beginning. And I wouldn't have had Franzi whip me up. Ouch! Miles Edgeworth, I don't care about what you were here to do. This is my chance to finally grind you under my heel. Shame that your chance seems to have slipped you by. What a shame, me, Franzi! This is all your fault. Such a terrible witness. You're an affront to all the legal standards of stands for. Ouch! I demand satisfaction. Destroy that bitch. Obliterate that twink. I can't believe the witness's testimony relates to an actual event. However, there has to be some sort of answer for the questions it raises. Have his words here today been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom, those are the matters that will be addressed. I'm counting on thorough investigations by both the defense and the prosecution. Ugh, excuse me, fuck. And with this, the rest is up to you, Wright. Ugh. Court is now adjourned, eh? Look at that. Got through an entire day at court. Now, we get back to the investigation. Matt's a bit sleepy. To be fair, I did work all day. Also, it's very warm in this room. I'm going to quickly turn the fan up. Just a sec. Yeah, hopefully the fan doesn't catch on the mic too much. But I need it. It is fucking toasty in my streaming room right now. I'll take a moment to crack my back. All right. We ready to do some investigating, gang? Let's do this.
Cheers, I'll drink to that, bro.
No. 3:43 a.m. on February 9th in the Hottie Clinic. Only hotties at this clinic. I'm still up at this hour reading through the trial record of a certain case. The first case my mentor, Mia Fey, had ever handled in a court of law. The horrifying truth that I refuse to accept is holding me hostage here within its pages. Dahlia Hawthorne. What I've read, I don't want to believe. What is written here, this isn't the Dahlia I knew. Glad you're ready, Ace. Ace Detective! After falling into the Eagle River, I was somehow miraculously saved. But I ended up catching a cold that seemed to knock me around the world and back. I feel dizzy, my ears are ringing, my throat burns, and my head's on fire. But I will recover. I have to recover by this afternoon. I have to meet with the most ill-tempered witness imaginable. But I know that he'll be able to help me with him. Somehow. Meanwhile, 2:43 p.m. Right? Are you sure you're well enough to be doing this? You still look a little green in the face. Or maybe Viridian and Artist speak. Actually, my fever's gone down quite a bit. How's your temperature now? Only 102.2 degrees. Nothing to worry about. Anyway, I read today's trial record. You weren't bad, Edgeworth. Pretty impressive despite the circumstances. We're not in the clear yet. The main point of contention tomorrow is going to be the murder weapon. Yeah. In the end, the Shichishito did not deliver the deadly blow. Which means there must be another sword hiding out there that we don't know about. Another sword, huh? Don't you worry about a thing, pal. I'll dig up the murder weapon myself or I'll eat my coat. Thanks again, Edgeworth. I'll handle things from here. Heh. It's probably for the best. Actually, I was thinking about paying the old precinct a little visit. There's something I want to look into. And that is? Our client's background, naturally. You mean Iris, sir? I have the feeling that we've met before. All I want is confirmation, one way or the other. Since I probably won't be getting that from you. I'm sorry, Edgeworth. I bid you adieu, Wright. Take care. Guess I should get moving too. Why? Do you need to be somewhere? Yeah, I got to get work on this bridge, pal. I'm rigging something up so we can get across to the other side. Heck, that's right. Maya's still stuck over at the Inner Temple. But don't you worry, pal. As soon as it's all set, you'll be the first to know. Thank you, Gumshoe. No problem, pal. Just try not to give me that cough of yours, okay? Alright, I'm off. Hang in there, Maya. We'll get you out. I promise. But in the meantime, I've got to continue collecting evidence. Okay, I don't think there's going to be anything here. Let's check the main gate. Yeah, look, the snowmobile. Bada bing. Come on, please. It's for art's sake, I swear. There's only one guy I know who could be this persistent and high-strung. I'm talking about the heroine here. The heroine in my book. It'll make you famous. Ah! Enough. A fool's fools who foolishly accept the foolishness of a fool's fool. That's a fucking tongue twister. Everyone together. A fool's fool fools who foolishly accept the foolishness of a fool's fool. Foolish. It's that fucking... It's phone karma, but it's that fucking Principal Skinner meme of just foolish. Or the fucking Orochimaru one. Would you agree, Phoenix Wright? Huh? Me? Wait a second. I know you. You're, Ow! Your reflexes and mine need to shape up. My brain's frying like a sunny side up, and you want me to grill me over a name? Francie, you can't do that! Even if you speak, Nick's on the brink of death! Or so I'm told. Whip a dead horse. Isn't that what your American sayings? No, it's not. I'm not on the brink of anything. Come on, Nick. Tell her, would you? Tell her she needs a model for my new picture. Francie's Whippity Whip Trip. This reminds me of the one NA Soul Eater Excalibur. Fools. You fools. Excalibur's great. He also sucks. Yeah. Before you ask me to model, learn to give at least semi-coherent testimony. And before that, you'll have to learn how to live a semi-coherent life, Larry. I don't care what anyone says. I'm telling the truth. I saw what I saw. She flew, I'm telling you. Whoosh. Just like that dude with the red underwear. Superman? Don't think I'm going to forgive you guys when you come crawling back to apologize. Off he goes. It's amazing how little has changed with you in the past year, Phoenix, Wright? Yeah, you want? I'll chat with you. Have you been in Germany all this time? That's right. Extending my perfect win record, naturally. Oh joy, sounds like she hasn't changed a bit. Has it really been a year since we first met? I'm Franziska von Karma, the prodigy. I see. Gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Franziska was born and raised in Germany and became a prosecutor at the age of 13. She's fucking a teen prosecutor. Her father was the legendary prosecutor Manfred von Karma. He had a perfect win record for 40 years. But now, he's gone from this world. Oh yeah, I forgot he fucking offed himself. In Roblox. He offed himself in Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Don't tell me you still hold a grudge against me. Because of what happened to your father. Phoenix Wright, you will fall before me. This I promise. But it'll be for my sake, not my father's. Are we clear? Yes, crystal. In truth, I was shocked. I came back to America with the intention of defeating you. Instead, it was my little brother who was leading the defense. Oh yeah, because Edgeworth was essentially adopted by Manfred von Karma. Edgeworth. Come to think of it. Edgeworth was pulled into being a prosecutor by Manfred von Karma as well. Miles Edgeworth told me something very interesting, you know. He said this case has a special significance to you. Because it does. That's precisely why I am here. Your personal involvement will make crushing you into teensy-weensy pieces all the better. It's probably the fever, but she's so openly hostile it's almost kind of cute. Yeah, she's fucking... Tsundere. Not Yandere. Yandere is like... Fucking, if you leave me, I'll kill you. Ow! No smirking. No whipping the sick. That foolish fool doing such a foolish favor, such a foolishly foolish fool. Edgeworth. Make no mistake, Phoenix Wright. I came here for one thing and one thing only. To pulverize you. It's not like I thought you were here to bring me some Cold Killer X, you know. What happened? I went over the whole case file on the flight over. You read the whole thing? Yes. Every last word of every last sentence of every last paragraph. All the ridiculous things you did made it a very interesting read, you know. Tempted to cross a burning bridge? Did you even consider the dangers? No. The only thought in my mind was, I have to get across. Huh. A fool who doesn't think is more foolish than a fool who foolishly thinks. Gumshoe said he'd let me know once the bridge was repaired. Maya, she's got to be okay. I just know it. Plus, I need to ask her about what really happened at the Inner Temple that night. Well, you're not going to tell me anything else. So, let's check out the courtyard. Oh, something in here. That was one long sigh. Oh. Sister Bikini? My, I didn't know you were here. How are you doing? You don't have to pretend to be in a good mood for my sake. I suppose I've made a terrible mess of things, haven't I? I let Mystic Elise die, and then there's Iris as well. Mystic Elise? Now that I think about it. There's an acolyte stuck at the Inner Temple, and that poor little girl's gone missing. Too. That little girl? You don't mean Pearls, do you? Yes, I'm afraid I do. She hasn't been seen since the morning after the incident. Pearls? She's missing? Why didn't anyone tell me about this? You know what? Yeah, let's talk to her. Iris, I must be getting old. I think I've seriously lost faith in myself. Are you talking about your performance at the trial today? You believe me, don't you? I'm not a liar. I would never lie. I know what I saw. I saw Iris pull that sword from Mystic Elise's body that night. I'm certain of it. At least, I was until this morning. I don't see any psych-locks, so she must be telling the truth. So why are you so unsure of yourself all of a sudden? You know that artist who testified after me? I saw Iris fluttering. Her white hood fluttering. I think I might start flying myself. When I saw that man testify so fervently about something so impossible, I started to wonder if I had acted just like him when I was on the witness stand. No one take that guy too seriously. He's an artist, but all he draws is trouble, and nothing else. Both Bikini and Larry are telling the truth. That can only mean one thing. They both didn't see what they think they saw. On the night of the incident, you met Iris at the Inner Temple, is that correct? That's right, I'm sure it was Iris. Iris claims she was in her room in Hazakura Temple. I knew I shouldn't have come back here that night, but because, as you did, Maya's stuck all by herself at the Inner Temple. I'm so sorry. Drafts in that place are nothing to shake a stick at. Winter's especially bad. I'll bet the training hall looks like it's about to fall down any second. Eagle Mountain's always been prone to earthquakes, just so you know. But earthquakes? Yes, I won't be surprised if the next big one levels the training hall. We gotta get Maya out of there fast. But still, there's really no need to worry. That area on the other side of Deska Bridge is isolated like an island. It's like an island? How so? Well, the only thing on that side of the bridge is the Inner Temple. No one lives out there, and it's surrounded on all sides by the river or the forest. I see. So a criminal would be trapped should they choose to flee in that direction. As long as the bridge is out of commission, he or she will have to stay there. That means Mike can be stuck out there with a murderer and no way of escape either. Oh dear, yes I suppose it does. Please come shoot, get the bridge up faster. Talk to me about Elise. Curious about a few things if you don't mind answering some questions. Oh, do you need to know my measurements for your investigation or something? No. It's only an avalanche, nothing to worry about. Yeah, it's only an earthquake. It's only a fucking tornado. It's just a little natural disaster. It's okay. But I want to know a little bit more about the victim, Ms. Elise Donin. I'm afraid I don't know her waist size, or her bust size for that matter. No. I'm wondering why she came to stay in a place like this to begin with. I mean, she told us herself that she wasn't here for spiritual training. My, you make it sound like this place is some sort of dump, Mr. Wright. Mystic Elise was here to soak up the natural beauty of Eagle Mountain, if you must know. There, you did it again. Sister Bikini. I noticed you always refer to Miss Donin as Mystic Elise. Oh? Yes, now why is that? After all, she's not here as an acolyte. We address all our visitors as Mystic. It makes the experience feel authentic. And anyway, she's older than me. You must respect your elders, you know. How do you know that? How can you say for sure that she's older than you? Seems Ms. Elise Donin was no ordinary visitor after all. And there's Pearls. She was Ms. Donin on the evidence of the murder. Evening of the murder. Now she's vanished. It's all got to be connected somehow. Well, talk to me about Pearl. I'm definitely not going to be able to crack that lock yet. Why did Pearls have to get mixed up in this mess? Please, Mr. Wright, I know your word, but try to keep it together. Oh man, my head's throbbing so bad it's killing me. Pearls. She was with Miss Donin on the night of the murder, remember? Yes, but I have a temple to run, you know. I was busy preparing for the training. I didn't see the little darling even once after we finished eating dinner. The murder. It didn't take place right in front of her innocent eyes, did it? According to the detective, she hasn't turned up at her home either. Come on, keep calm. There's one place left where Pearls could be. She just has to be there. Come on, Gumshoe. Tell me you'll be done with the repair soon. Oh, yeah, she could have crossed the bridge. Shit. She absolutely could have. Is there anything to check in the courtyard? This is where Sister Bikini witnessed the incident. It's hard to imagine she was lying on the stand, so here are some clues that have yet to be found. I don't know, that looked like a clue there, but maybe it was just a rock. This Shichishito, it's right there in Mr. Amy's right hand. It was proven in court today that it wasn't the murder weapon, given that the design was been used for pretty gruesome things in the past. Mr. Name's staff. Definitely remember there being a crystal sphere attached to staff. Guess Larry eventually found the sphere near the foot of the Dusky Bridge, but what was it doing all the way out there? Maria was saying official work, just waiting until I couldn't clock up. Nice! Done for the day, dude. That building up there is the main hall, is where we're staying. So it's kind of funny because it's built on a steep slope. If you enter from the main gate side, these rooms are above me or on the ground floor. Apparently, Miss Donnie was staying in the corner room. Guess that's where she's pushed from that night. Okay, quite a bit of snow up here in Eagle Mountain. Around here, skis aren't just for fun, the tools for getting around. So the sled, that's gotta be from Bikini's own personal entertainment. Oh. A few of these stone lanterns gather around in this courtyard. Without the city glare to compete with, I imagine these shine a little brighter. Mr. Bikini was sliding on since ours can't be here. Okay, so there's not really anything to be found here. No. Hey. What was that jarring, inconsiderately loud yell? So this is where you've been. Keeping nice and warm, I see. The detective, you finished repairing the bridge? Yeah, I did. I told you I'd let you know. Well, 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 then I'll come along with you and... Sorry, ma'am. No unauthorized entry. Access is restricted to people involved in the case. What was that? I'm involved, aren't I? You couldn't get much more involved than me. Well, yeah, but that's not what I mean. Yeah. It's been a while, Scruffy. Oh, come on! Sister, please, leave the investigation to me. My, well, you certainly seem to have everything under control. I'm on your side. I won't do anything you don't want me to. As you work to pin the guilt on Iris. What are you daydreaming about, Phoenix Wright? Ow! That hurts, you know. Silence. I, Franziska von Karma, will personally guide you through your investigation. So you will follow me. She's not seriously gonna follow me around, is she? Well, I guess we're headed to the bridge. Yeah, the bridge is fixed. We can finally go to the inner temple gate. Things have certainly become a lot more hectic than before. They must have commenced with the investigation. Oh, Mr. Nick! That voice. Pearls! Pearls is safe, everyone! She's good. Mr. Nick! Mr. Nick! Oh... She's fucking parentless. She needs someone to keep an eye on her. So you were here ever since that night. You've been alone for like 2 nights. I was so lonely, I thought I was gonna die. When I woke up in the morning and saw the Dusky Bridge was gone, I realized I was all alone. She was all alone? Must have been very trying for you, little girl. Ah, I'm Franziska von Karma, the prodigy. There's no need to worry now that I'm here. You're the prosecutor who was so mean to Mystic Maya last year. Well, I don't like you. You're nothing but a little girl without your whip. Fucking drag her. Pearl, fucking take her down. Mystic Maya didn't do anything wrong, but you were so mean. I'll never forgive you. Sorry, I keep not doing her voice and giving her Maya's voice. Looks like Pearl's words are getting under her skin. You wouldn't whip a child, would you? Yeah, why are you whipping me? I didn't even say anything. You didn't have to. The smile on your lips gave you away. Anyway, Pearls? Weren't you with Maya? I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Huh? What are you talking about, Pearls? Mystic Maya. Where's Mystic Maya? Wait, Pearls! She just ran off. Ow! That was cruel, Phoenix Wright. To make a little girl cry like that is inexcusable. What was that all about? Pearl's acting like that. It's giving me the creeps. Guess I better take another look around since I finally got a chance. Especially since something about this place seems different from 2 days ago. Yeah, like this incinerator. That wasn't open before. There's a weird smell coming from that incinerator. Door's also open, almost like begging me to look inside. Well, let's see what stunning clues concealed in here, shall we? Huh? It's empty. How naive of you, Phoenix Wright. But it's a bit strange, don't you think? Franziska von Karma. I seem to remember. Yeah, it was covered in snow. So it's been used since the crime. In other words, someone's been using it to burn something recently. Listen, Phoenix Wright. It's impertinent to call people by their full name. I was only copying you. Yeah, everything else looks the same, though. It's this little gate that leads into the garden. It says no entry on the sign, though. Come now, Phoenix Wright. What are you doing? Let's go in. It's half open anyway. What harm could come of it? But it says no entry. Don't you Americans enjoy doing whatever you like and then simply say, whatever? That's got nothing to do with anything. And who told you that? Let's try to get into the training hall. Let's see if we can't. Oh, this is very different. What's wrong? Why are you so quiet? Maya, she was supposed to be in here training. It appears she's nowhere to be seen. What's that? A strange lock. Wasn't there 2 days ago? That's a psych lock. This whole room's giving off some strange vibes. Yeah, like the scroll's been smeared. What do you think this yellowish poster is, Phoenix Wright? It's a scroll, not a poster. It's a picture of a woman who's actually a woman. I don't see any woman here. There's a different atmosphere in this room since the last time I was here. Oh shit. No, it's not a different atmosphere. It's a different smell. It's gravy. What's the matter? This scroll. It's been completely covered in gravy. Ah, yes. There's a very appetizing smell in the air. Gravy is a type of sauce. So when you run out of paint, you Americans use gravy as a substitute, I see. No, no one does that. For starters, it stinks. This must be the gravy we had with the roast on the night of the incident. Why would anyone do this? Why this scroll? It's Misty Gravy. Or Gravy Faye. Yeah, it shows a picture of Misty Faye, Master Green Channel Technique, but why would someone cover in gravy? Can't make out what's drawn on the scroll at all. I'll never understand you Americans, you so-called artists. Artists? Yeah. And the more important part, that's a psych lock. This door. I was here 2 days ago, that weird lock wasn't on it. Those chains, it's almost as if they're guarding something inside that cavern. I've never seen a lock quite like this before. And I have. I've seen locks and chains just like this before. Like just like the ones that guard a person's secrets during a psych lock. Not his lock is guarding something too. Dark secrets in a dark cavern. What, took you some? Thought even you'd managed to get here faster than this. Mr. Trite. Godot! But, Prosecutor Godot, I didn't know you were here. Prosecutor? How come you didn't show up at the trial today? Huh. I could ask you the exact same question. Huh? But I had a cold, so I had something slightly more important than a common cold to deal with. The importance of which is something you have no hope of ever understanding. Enough. I believe I have the measure of you. You're the very worst kind of prosecutor. What could be more important than a trial? Here's the wild mare, Trite. This is Ms. Von Karma. She was acting prosecutor in your absence today. Huh. Well, I guess I owe you one then. But you can go now, princess. It's time for the big boys to take the reins. Just who do you think you are? This case is my... Hey, Philly, know your role. He just fucking the rocked. He just went, know your role and shut your mouth. God damn. Oh, that's fucking great. I can't stand women like you. I'm only gonna say this once, Lady von Wippenberg. Go home. Phoenix Wright! What are you hitting me for? Huh. You deserve more cracks of the whip than that, Trite. What? Still don't get it, do you? You don't realize that you've set something in motion that you'll never be able to undo. There's something different about Godot today. You're getting such a strong sense of something from behind that mask of his. Is it anger? Or is it sorrow? Yeah, I'll talk to you, Godot. You had some important business, and that's why you weren't in court, huh? So what was it? Told you once before, but perhaps you don't remember. I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. Why does everyone hate Phoenix? I don't know. I actually don't know Godot's hate on for Phoenix. Francisca's makes sense because it's because of Phoenix's actions of defeating Manfred von Karma in court that led to Manfred's death. So she hates him because her dad is dead because of him. And that's how she logics it out. Edgeworth is just like, no, we're just rivals and you suck. You see, Trite, I've experienced something most have not. Death. You died? Of course, being extradited from hell is a tedious affair. The meticulous regeneration and adjustment of all your internal organs is, well, that's just same modern medicine all allows us all to live to a ripe old age. Even someone like me. So, you mean that mask you wear is this ugly device? Oh, Phoenix, hey! How's it going? Thank you for the resub. 13 months. Thank you so much, dude. It is very much appreciated. And yeah, we're here for Cool Coffee Guy. We're here for Godot and his sexy sax. And honestly, his kick-ass hair. It's like the device. I promise it's not a fashion statement, my unenlightened friend. Without this, I can't see your frequently dumbfounded face. I didn't know. My eyesight's pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything. Still, I keep this worn-out piece of junk of a body going with regular servicing. Honestly, if it wasn't from the cool background music, he wouldn't be that hot. Honestly, yeah. The cool background music is a big addition to him for this. I'm sorry, but you say you experienced death? How is that possible? What happened? Why don't you ask him? Huh? But me? Yeah, Trite. You. You should know all about it. You know when my life ended. And who ended it for me. Well, Phoenix, right? Do you? I don't know what he's talking about. Although, to be honest, I do feel a little tug at the corner of my memory. I think I do know about how Godot was killed. Do I? It'll all become clear in due time. Isn't that right, Trite? Can't undo? Earlier you said I've done something I can never undo. What did you mean by that exactly? The inner temple here on this side of the Dusky Bridge is an isolated island. That's what Sister Bikini said too. And I wonder, Trite, do you know what the police are doing here today? But what do you mean? They're searching. Searching for any trace of an acolyte who went missing. But missing? As leader of the search party, I can tell you this with absolute certainty. Maya Fey is not on this side of Dusky Bridge. What the fuck? Maya's not here? Huh? But that's impossible. She came here that night and... I won't say it again. Chances of her being here are nil. Excluding, of course, one very unique place. One? Where's that? Sacred Cavern, the entrance of which we're standing at right now. It's the only place the search party is yet to explore. So I haven't searched that cavern yet, huh? Be aware, though, that the temperature inside frequently falls below freezing. Even if she were in there, chances of her being found alive are slim at best. No! Maya can't die! Which means, Trite, that you sent Maya Fey to her death. You fool! If that's the situation, then why aren't you in here with the search party right now? Must have blinders on my equestrian angel. Calling her a fucking horse. Don't you see the big lock and chains? It's a trick lock. I'm making preparations to open it as we speak. Well, Trite. Once again, a woman dies because of you. Once again, a woman dies because... He's talking about Mia. Once again? What are you talking about? Don't tell me you've forgotten. It's only 2 years ago, after all, when the last unfortunate woman died because of you. Because of me? And do you know who that was? It was Maya Fey's sister. That's right. Mia Fey. Mia? Yeah. You killed her. No, that's not how it was. Talk to me about... It was 2 years ago. Mia Fey was pursuing someone. A man. But she bit off more than she could chew. She made a very dangerous enemy. That's one case I'll never forget. But I got that guy, personally. Sure, Miss Fey's murderer was caught. But that won't bring her back. Well, no, but... You were with her at the time. You and no one else. You damn this smug asshole. I know, right? It was your responsibility. You should have protected her. You say Mia Fey was your teacher. Well then, I'd say you've learned nothing, trite. You've robbed her of her life. Now... You've let her sister suffer the same fate. Sec. I haven't sentenced Maya to death. No. Trick lock. Tell me about the trick lock. Fuck. What is this peculiar looking lock? God, he's such an asshole. It only makes me like him more. Don't worry, Kakashi. We know your type. It's okay. It's okay. Why don't we just break it open? It'll be a simple matter of... I'm afraid we can't do that. This area has always been prone to earthquakes. Repeated tremors have weakened the foundations of the training hall. Any excessive force used to break the lock open would... Well, let's just say the inner temple and the sacred cavern would be a thing of the past. This white area covers his eyes. We know your type. The call-outs. Phoenix, Mysterious Phoenix, I'm calling you out too. Because you also said, oh no, he saw it. Very well. Then dare I suggest the obvious solution of opening it with the key? Huh. Sure. Just show me where the keyhole is on this trick lock. But there's no keyhole? That's right. Interesting puzzle, huh? The person who set this lock is the only one who can open it. Then who was it? Simple. The accused. What? Iris? When Acolyte undergoes sacred training inside the sacred cavern, the attending sister is responsible for locking the entrance. Obviously, the night of the murder was no exception. Maya Fey was trained there. Oh no, that's 100% the reason, and the music. Knowing about the music doesn't help. He's just like, I just think he's cool. Honestly, yeah, he is really cool. Sister Bikini did mention a number of times now that I think about it. She said that Iris was left in charge of supervising the early stages of the training. So Iris, the accused, is the only one who can open this lock. I've arranged for her to be brought here now. Iris is the only person who can open this lock? Hope she gets here soon. Hang on in there, Maya. We'll get you out. So, I should be getting back to work. Wait, Godot. How sure about Maya are you? There's no doubt in my mind. She's in the sacred cavern somewhere. It's the only place she could be. He's one of us, one of us. Okay, that's fucking funny. Yeah, everyone simps for Godot. You better start praying. You better pray that friend of yours brings the accused back here soon. Edgeworth? Listen up, trite. There's only one thing I want to say to you before I go. I'll never accept you. Never. What? Man. He fucking hates my guts. You should choose your friends more carefully, Phoenix, Wright. That's what everyone says. Looks like I don't have much of a choice. Guess I'll just have to do what I can for now. Yep, I can't do anything in here, so... I don't know, should I or shouldn't I? Sounds like someone's talking to himself, but where's that coming from? Yeah, I guess I'd better wash that off. That's what I'll do. No, but I can't do that. I'm a detective. Ah, my brain. It's driving me nuts. Ah! Is something troubling you, Scruffy? You brought your boyfriend into this god. But please don't whip me like that all of a sudden, sir. It's merely a simple greeting. A friendly tap on the shoulder with my whip. There's nothing fucking friendly about that. So what's up, Gumshoe? Something on your mind? How do you know, pal? Perhaps you were trying to decide if you wanted to wash that off or not? How did you know, sir? Oh, yeah. I forgot. Can't go through that little gate there, okay? You mean the one that says no entry on it? I'm kind of already snuck in there. He's trying to be clever or something? So what's behind there, Scruffy? Huh? A kind of garden-like garden. A garden-like garden. Has anyone ever seen a not garden-like garden? Does that exist? Other than, I guess, Madison Square Garden? That's not really a garden-like garden? A garden? Yeah, anyway, it's under investigation right now, so keep out. Maybe a garden full of dead plants? Maybe. I'm not telling you, I'm asking you, pal. You got me? Isn't it normally the other way around? Well, see you later. So, shall we adjourn to this garden, Phoenix Wright? Of course. What else would we do? I really want to know what gum she was thinking of washing off. Yeah, let's go to the garden. Check out the garden. Oh, it's fucking messy in here. What? There's a strange feeling in the air. I wonder what it is. Strange feeling? Forget about that. What's that strange writing on the stone lantern? Ah! What are you doing here, sir? I thought I said you can't come in here. Don't you know, Scruffy? Von Karma will always show up wherever there's a clue. And there are plenty of clues to be found here. But... Yeah, I'm looking at clues first. Fuck you. There's a charm or something poking out from the snow. Looks pretty old. There's a leather cord tied to it, too. Apparently it belonged to the victim. To Miss Elise Donim? Yeah, there's a broken leather cord around the lady's neck. The ends of the cords found on both the victim and on this charm match exactly. Sounds to me like this little trinket is going to be my ticket to getting some very big answers. Yep, that's mine now. I suppose we should probably look at the writing. What the heck is that? Uh-oh. You spotted it, huh, pal? Ace, I forgot to do my garden chores. Right, you're told to do one thing. Go do your garden chores, Ace. Fix your garden. Are you kidding me? It couldn't be more obvious. It says... Maya. Yeah, before you ask, it's written in blood. We'll answer all our questions now, Scruffy, without exception. Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah. I didn't mean that's you. I meant Phoenix in the game, not me. Oh. Either way. So how's that inter-temple investigation going? We have the best forensic team in the world working the place. Forensic team? What was the outcome of this scientific study? Nothing. Scientifically speaking, the place is as clean as a whistle. That's simply not good enough, Scruffy. Do you think I'll let you get away with that? Uh-oh. Well, there were a couple of things that bothered me when I first got here, sir. The stone lantern and the surrounding area that's not covered in snow, correct? They look kind of fishy to me, you know, scientifically speaking. So I got the lab boys to look them over. Results were... It's kind of hard to say, actually. Guess I better look into them myself. Maya. About Maya. Oh, did Mr. Godot tell you yet? Yes, we heard. He's got a search party out looking for her. But there's nowhere else she could have disappeared to on this side of Dusky Bridge. All we can do is wait for Mr. Edgeworth to get here, pal. This very American garden in America. Yeah, with all that American bamboo and that American bonsai tree and that American stone lantern. All things that America's well known for. Culturally speaking, this is the peak of America. Edgeworth? He's escorting Iris, the defendant, over here. We'll have to wait since she's the only one who can open the door to the sacred cavern. Oh, I think Mr. Edgeworth wants to talk to you about something too, pal. Huh? Wonder what it is. Just don't be expecting any good news when you talk to him. When I spoke to him, Mr. Edgeworth sounded so down I felt like I was drowning. Sounds pleasant. Talk to me about the bloody writing. Maya. So these letters are written in blood. Yeah, what's worse is that it's the victim's blood. America's known for new culture stuff. Yeah. Daddy Miles is coming back. Okay, I forgot, yeah, your other gray-haired daddy. Going ahead, Kakashi. It's okay. Huh? This is Mrs. Donim's blood? We haven't done a detailed analysis yet, but it's looking that way, pal. Most interesting. Phoenix Wright. I presume you know, don't you? Why Maya's name is written upside down. You know what? That was really bothering me too. I just came up with the answer. The result of my own special gumshoe investigation. This is the Colic costume. Okay, I was to say he has nice clothes. Oh yeah, Edgeworth has a nice suit. I do like that. Really, do tell. Well, on the night of the murder, that stone lantern was upside down. Anyway, there's really only one logical explanation to this mystery. Miss Elise Donim wrote these letters herself, in her own blood. You must be joking. That's impossible. From the writing in the victim's blood and the other clues left behind, seems pretty likely that this garden was the scene of Miss Elise Donim's murder. At least, that's our current theory on how the events took place, pal. What? It's like that funny black and white bear game. Wait, what? Pandas? Pandemonium? So Miss Donim was killed here? However you want to look at it, that's what people are saying now. Oh, Dingle Rumpus. Oh, yeah, Dingle Rumpus. Yeah, I forgot about that one. Then what Sister Bikini saw in the courtyard of the main temple was... Well, what was it? If that wasn't seeing the crime, what did she see? What do you think, Miss Von Kamm? Surely a special gumshoe investigation will reveal the answer, no? But wait a sec, the bloody writing and all the other clues here. Someone could have easily set all that up after the murder, right? Sorry, but that's not an option, pal. Why not? How quickly you forget, Phoenix Wright. Ever since the incident occurred, this place has been completely inaccessible. Because Dusky Bridge was completely burned out. I was overseeing repairs to the bridge the whole time. No one came over here before me and my men. Which means that no one could have planted all this stuff here, pal. Can't think of a counter-argument to that. Are we getting off work now? See you Saturday? Yeah, see you on Saturday, my dude. You have a good night. Have a good night. Have a good safe drive home. I knew it. I should have washed the blood off the lantern as soon as I got here. This really was the scene of the crime. Then you figure out exactly what it was that Bikini actually saw. Yeah, I think we got as far as we can at this point with all this stuff. So let's head back to the main hall. Let's see, because there's one thing left that we can do. Seems you have a visitor. Mr. Wright. Iris, I'm really glad to see you. Godot managed to mobilize the police by claiming a state of emergency. Not him again. Never mind him. We gotta hurry and unlock the sacred cavern. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. It's my fault someone so important to you's locked in there. Excited for the new game coming out eventually? It's supposed to be the Ace Attorney Investigations game. That's supposed to be coming out later this year. And I'm stoked for that. That might actually end up being my November game. Because October is going to be a spooky game of some sort, obviously. Or spooky games. No, it might be my November or my December. I haven't decided yet. Mr. Edgeworth, can we finish our conversation later? Alright. Sorry to the Inner Temple then. I'll see you later, Wright. Wait, Edgeworth. I'm coming with you guys. Sorry, Wright. I can't allow you to come with us. What? I hate to be the one to break it to you, but Maya Fey is in a rather delicate position. What do you mean by delicate position? This isn't simply a rescue operation, right? It's also an investigation. That being the case, we can't allow members of the public to interfere. Come on, Edgeworth. If anything happens, you'll be the first to know. Please understand, right? I forgot Gundam Breaker 4 is still coming out. And then Mario and Luigi and the Zelda game. Both those are both stoked. Me, you know, it's Metroid Prime 4. I love Metroid Prime, and I cannot wait for 4. I'm so stoked. I know that. Aren't you supposed to be going to bed? What, me? Or Riera? Nah, I'm not going to bed right away. Mr. Wright, all that matters is that Mystic Maya is rescued, correct? Listen to the voice of reason for a change, Phoenix Wright. Or Riera only just got to their car. From now on, consider anything beyond Dusky Bridge to be off limits. We'll be going now. Excuse us. Ah! There's no time to be standing around, Phoenix Wright. Aren't there other things that demand your attention? Yeah, there's one last thing I want to do before all this. Before finishing off stream. Thanks for reminding me. Because we need to go harass fucking Bikini. Rita's driving away now. Well, stop texting. I'm glad that you're driving away now. Put your fucking phone down. No distracted driving. Drive safe, please. Also, yeah, sleep is for the weak. I mean, that's also true, but that's beside the point. Sister Bikini looks like she shrunk sometimes since I saw her. Don't be so rude, Phoenix Wright. What's wrong, Sister Bikini? My, hello you two. How are you doing? Waha, wahaha. From the sound of the sigh, I guess she's still pretty down. Iris was just here, you know. She was accompanied by that handsome crimson-clad prince. She talking about Edgeworth? It was just a courtesy call. I wasn't allowed to talk with her at all. Oh dear, it's all my fault this has happened. Poor Iris. She was worried about my back, would you believe? What have I done to her? Only what you had to do, sister. You bravely and truthfully testified about what you saw. There's no shame in that. And we'll see to it that your testimony wasn't made in vain. Well, I don't hear anyone else saying that. Mr. Bluesuits doesn't seem to share your opinion, I see. Oh, me? Ah! Glare. Oh, yes, you did great, Sister Bikini. Absolutely spectacular. Sniff, you two are the only ones who've said that to me. Can't shake the feeling that I just became a shill to a shrew. Do you have a problem, Phoenix Wright? Sure, she was brave enough to testify so truthfully like that, but I know she's still hiding something. Guess it's time to break those psych locks of hers. Yep, we gotta find out about Elise O'Neem. Sister Bikini, the truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. I'm convinced that Ms. Elise O'Neem had a special significance to this temple. As to why she had a special significance, I believe it has to do with her true identity. What on earth are you talking about? She was... Mystic Elise was an author, just an author of picture books. To be honest, I had my suspicions almost immediately after I met her. Suspicions? Yes, but I didn't have any evidence to support my theory, though. But now I do. This piece of evidence proves Ms. O'Neem's true identity. Yeah, she had a Karain Master's talisman. She is a fae. Ms. O'Neem had this charm with her at all times. Huh, where did you... This isn't some cheap good luck charm either. Then, what do you think it is, Mr. Wright? What could a talisman like that possibly mean?
Cheers, I'll drink to that, bro.
Thank you for the hydrate. You literally redeemed that as I was taking a sip. Thank you. Oops. This thing speaks volumes about who Miss O'Neem really was. This talisman and one other item unequivocally prove Miss O'Neem's true identity. It's gotta be the hanging scroll. This painting is obscured by the gravy stain at the moment. But this scroll shows the master of the crane channeling technique. The crest at the top is a sign of that honorable title. The very same crest that adorns the talisman the victim carried with her. Ah! This crest is reserved for the master of Karain. Who on earth told you that nonsense? I got no idea who you're talking about. Or what you're talking about. The new master, Maya Fey, told me. What? You mean that acolyte is Misty Fey's daughter? Yes. Oh, and the stretch too. Thank you, Ace. Ugh. Are you sure? Yes. In fact, since her eldest daughter passed away, Maya is Misty Fey's sole successor. Mystic Misty. Makes sense, because O'Neem is probably short for pseudonym. So, really. Mystic Elise graced us with her presence about a week ago. When she showed me the talisman with that mark on it, well, I nearly fainted. No one had seen her since she disappeared 17 years ago, after all. What's the significance of this talisman, sister? The Karain talisman, symbol of the master of Karain. The Baron must carry it with them always until their death. Until their death? So at least Donnie was really Maya's mother, huh? She was Misty Faye, the master of the Karain channeling technique. The truth comes out at last. Looks like we're making some headway here. Tell me, sister. After 17 years, why did she choose to show herself now? Because something happened that called her out of hiding. What happened? Well... What's happening? It can't be. An earthquake! Oh no, no. Oh my goodness, the inner temple. This kind of tremor might... The inner temple? Sacred cavern and training hall. It might very well cave in. What? Maya! No, Maya, no. So her mom didn't die mysteriously after one dude ruined her career? No, she vanished. Everyone thought she was dead, but... No, she just vanished. It seems to have passed. Well, we can't just stand here and do nothing. Let's go. What? Where? To the inner temple, of course. Where else? Sister Bikini, we'll finish this later, alright? Of course. You run along now. People may have been hurt. I must get some first aid kits ready. Come on then, Phoenix Wright. They won't bar you from entering as long as I'm with you. But thank you. Right at that moment, I had the worst feeling in my gut. I just had an earthquake. I wonder if he's alright. You thought about Edgeworth before you thought of Maya. Oh, what now? You look worried. Are you thinking about Miles Edgeworth? What? Yeah, are you thinking about Miles Edgeworth? Who are you? Kakashi and Phoenix? That's his husband, Nat. He's really not being the gay allocation. Yeah, no, happy Pride Month, everyone. Come on, let's go. I don't like Edgeworth, he's just pretty close. Okay, fair enough. Alright, we gotta hurry to the inner temple. Right. Ah, what are you doing here? Ugh. How could I have? Yeah. How do you expect us to understand if you don't speak up? Yow! Hey, why am I the one getting whipped? She's gone. No. The defendant, Iris. She's gone. God damn it, Iris. Gone where? She fled. She escaped. What? Oh, great, it's enough. Iris has escaped. So, it was just now, during the... It's easy to see Edgeworth's one and only weakness. His fear of earthquakes. Should have known better than to escort the defendant alone. As soon as the ground started shaking, everything went dark before my eyes, and I stupidly passed out. That incident haunts you to this day, doesn't it? That's no excuse for letting the suspect get away. It's okay, it's cool, I'll share. Yeah, y'all share, edgy boy. Can't believe I let it happen. Right, the inner temple area is a dead end, so she could have only escaped to this side. We haven't seen her. Then we need to get a manhunt underway now and search Eagle Mountain from top to bottom. Wait, Edgeworth. Have you thoroughly checked the inner temple yet? Don't be ridiculous. Why would I? The inner temple is like an island. There's no way to escape but to cross. No, that's not it. Iris isn't the type of person to run away, Edgeworth. What are you talking about? Sister Bikini mentioned something when we were with her. She said that the sacred cavern might have caved in because of the quake. So you think Iris might have gone to the inner temple to check on the situation? Listen, Edgeworth. I'm sure she's at the inner temple. A manhunt's not necessary. Right. Let's not waste any more time. We need to get to the training hall sacred cavern now. Alright, let's go. February 9th, inner temple, training hall. Fortunately, the sacred cavern hadn't caved in, but what we found was something none of us could have ever expected. There's more locks? How can there be even more locks? What is the meaning of this? Iris? Iris, please tell me. What the hell is going on? What the frick frack? This is where we're going to end the stream for the day, though. honestly, we got through 3 chunks of the final case. I don't think we have too many left. So yeah, we'll wrap up here. Honestly, yeah, we made really good progress. No cliffhangers. That just means you're gonna have to tune in on not this Saturday, but next Saturday, the 29th. Because next Saturday, the 29th, I'm going to finish this case no matter what. I'm going to finish this case. I'm going to finish off the game. I don't know how many chunks we have left. 1, 2... Not too many. It actually probably won't... It might not even take me the entire stream to finish off this case. But we are going to finish this case. We're going to finish this game on the 29th. Guaranteed. Promise. But 2 days from now, on Saturday the 22nd, I am going to be playing Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree for 11 hours straight for charity for Extra Life, raising money for the Alberta Children's Hospital Foundation. I'm going to be starting at my usual time, 9 a.m. Mountain Time, and I'm going to be going till 8 p.m. Mountain Time. Doing a basically blind run. I've watched a review, and that's about it. And I've watched the trailers. I've not seen any spoilers about how any of the bosses, maps, nothing. I'm going in as blind as I can, essentially, from here on out. So, I hope y'all are going to be able to join me on Saturday to see some of a nice extra long Extra Life stream. And then, of course, you'll be seeing me again on Sunday when on Wazzy's channel for CWF SummerSlam. So, you'll be seeing me again soon. In the meantime, let's see if we can find someone to raid. Let's poke around. Let's see if I got anyone I know online. If my internet browser chooses to open up. It's having a hard time here. Not sure why. My internet's working just fine. Alright, no one I know is... No one I know is online, so maybe I'll skip on the raid tonight. But yeah, if you guys, I'll be seeing you guys again in 2 days. But in the meantime, I hope you all have a phenomenal evening and a fantastic